In a world that prioritizes physical health, mental health often takes a backseat. A mental health journey looks different for everyone. However, it is important to embrace the fact that one's mental health journey may have setbacks, but overcoming them leads to a better quality of life. World Mental Health Month is an opportunity to start a conversation on this.
One of the major mental health struggle I had was postpartum depression after I gave birth to my daughter, and I went through that for like almost a year, and it was hard because you are going through something that not so many people are aware about. And then we live in a country where normally when you say I'm depressed or my mental health is not in check, people look at you like you're meant to be strong, and then you're coming to tell them after giving birth that you think you're not okay. So it was like I was struggling with two things at the same time. How do I explain to people that I'm going through PPD when they don't even know what it means? Yeah, that was at the point where I knew that, okay, this was actually very, nothing could make me happy. Like, you could even tell me good news and I'm just staring at you like, okay, like, and I became suicidal. Like, I became very, very suicidal. I just didn't imagine having a child. Like, everybody feels like, oh, when you have a child, like, that's something to live for. But for you just wanted to end it. God has blessed me with good people. People who, if I talk to, they don't make me feel like I'm disturbing them. They don't make me feel like, oh, I'm going through my own thing too. Vulnerability doesn't make you weak. So I feel like there are so many people who act strong and they are not strong.
Mental health care for people living in sub-Saharan Africa is inefficient, inadequate, and inequitable. Due to lack of awareness, social stigma, cost, and limited access, most people are left with no choice but to live with untreated mental disorders or to visit traditional or religious leaders for treatment.
One of the major barriers is knowledge, because I've been practicing for over 7 years, and one thing I know is that the more people know, the more likely they are to seek help. The more they know that, first of all, what you're dealing with is not abnormal. The way you feel is not abnormal. It's not unique to just you as a person. There are so many other people who experience this, and it's very normal to feel this way, and that there are treatments available for it. But people don't know that. So the more people are aware of that, then the more likely they are to seek help. I know most times people say the reason people don't seek therapy is because it's expensive, but that's actually number two. The number one reason is that they're just not aware. So there's that fear around confidentiality and protection of information, which is one of the reasons why in the practice, that's one of the major things we let people know, is that we do not joke with your privacy, because we know that it is important in making sure you trust us to get help. Buhari already took a very bold step, which was signing the mental health bill into law. I think that was a very applaudable step by the government, because now we have proper legislation that guides how mental health treatment is dispensed, and also protecting of clients, both young minors and also adults, even in the cases of involuntary admission into a hospital and having consent to treatment. So the government has taken that step forward. The next thing I think they need to do now is proper mental health awareness, like a countrywide mental health awareness campaign that doesn't just last for a year, but like it's a continued thing, and having consultations from professionals to enable them have like a much more accurate and helpful portrayal of the mental health care system. So I think like if everybody works together, governments, private, NGO, media, to make, with the purpose of let's make Nigerians mentally aware and let's help them get help, that will have a much more healthy, mentally healthy environment.
Experience in the university as a university student. So I remember, apart from the fact that I was going through a teenage life crisis at that time, if I can call it that, I remember going through something that was very unsettling at that time, and this triggered a lot of emotional instability for me, and that was like the start of my mental health struggles. Let me put it, if I can put it that way. Although I wasn't clinically diagnosed, I could say that I was struggling with depression and overwhelming sadness at that time. I would type how I was feeling on Google, and then read up articles that it generated for me. And then I also found that in these articles, they also provided like practical tips that I could use and I could try out. So I started to implement these things in my life, and that was how my healing process started, to be honest. Another major thing for me was volunteering. Knowing that I had my own personal struggles, but being able to help other people get through theirs was very rewarding for me, and it also fast tracks my healing process.
Equitable mental health care requires equity across all aspects of life. The foundational drivers of health, access to nutritious food, a clean environment, job security, the social and economic environment, all have a role to play. Mental health care should be available for all, not a luxury.
I tell people that your mental health is very much tied to your physical health. So you need to make sure you're eating well, that you're sleeping well, and that you're exercising. Doing things like physical stretching, yoga exercises, even dance workouts as well can help to reduce and balance out the cortisol that is released in your body when you are facing stressful and pressure-filled situations, so that you feel a lot much better, happier, calmer. You're not always in that constant fight or flight response. Journaling is also a very good practice because you get a chance to write out the way you feel and process some of the emotions that you have. Then having friends, a very good support system, is also incredibly helpful. People that you can talk to, people you can rely on when you're going through tough times so that you don't feel like you are alone. And then seeking professional help as well. When you know it's beyond the capacity of you, of your friends to provide you with support, having a therapist to help you understand yourself would also be very helpful, and how to cope better with the issues.
My name is Ifeoma. I'm a media influencer, and mental health is a priority.
My name is Vivian. I am a marketing specialist, a content manager, and a mental health advocate. Mental health is a priority.
Hello, my name is Iheme, and I am the clinical director and lead clinical psychologist at NDD. And I'm here to tell you that mental health is a priority.